In a separate session, we saw how HRWize gives you the ability to create training courses and add them to a training course library. Now, we're going to look at how employees can have a training course assigned to them, or we can give the employee the permission to request a training to themselves. As an administrator, you can assign training to any employee by going to Training and then Training Records. However, let's log in as JB Anderson, the Human Resource Manager, and see how a manager can assign courses to his team only. To assign training to one employee, we're going to go to the Training module. Listed here will be any of the manager's team who have already had training assigned to them. We can see from the status any training that has been approved, pending, or even declined. In the pending status, there is the approve action, and once you click on it, and then scrolling down, you have the choice to either approve this request or decline as appropriate. But this time we'll click on cancel. Let's assign a course to an employee by clicking on the add action. From the course library drop-down here, we can choose one of the courses we have added in the course library. This will pre-populate many of the fields. However, if you don't want to choose a course from the course library drop-down, it is possible to add in an ad hoc course, which does not appear in the course library. This will typically be an ad hoc course and will not be assigned to any other employee. If it was to be assigned again, then it will probably be a good idea to add the details in the course library. We'll select First Aid in the Workplace course from the drop-down list, and you can see a lot of the course details all already populated. In the Recipients field, we can add one or more employees by typing the first few letters of their name, which in this case, we'll select Charles Chen. Scrolling down, we can make any changes to any of the pre-populated fields. For example, as the manager, we can decide whether or not to make this course mandatory for this employee. You'll also have to select the date to when the training will take place. It may be that this particular course is only valid for a specific period, let's say in 3 years' time. In this case, you can click on the recurring training here and add a frequency for 3 years. So this employee may need to sign up again in 3 years' time to recertified. If required, you can also choose an end date for the training recurrence. But for now, we won't put anything. We may want employee to give us employee feedback after attending the course. So here, we can add an expiry date for when we expect the feedback to be completed by. And here, we select yes to request training feedback. If we do set this to yes, and a feedback form has been set up, then this employee will see a notification to complete a feedback on their self-service home screen after they have completed the training. For now, we're done, so we'll click on Submit to finish. And then we can see that the training has been successfully added. Once you click on Cancel, now we can see that the training has been assigned for Charles Chen. Now, we'll look at how employee can request a training. But before we go to the employee's self-service, we'll have to delete this course that we have assigned so the employee can request it instead. Here we are logged in as Charles Chen, our Human Resource Consultant. Now to request training, we'll have to go to Self-Service, My Development, My Training, and then click on Request Training. Or, in the employee's user's home screen, we can click on the What Would You Like to Do button below the employee's profile picture, and then click on Request Training. From the course library drop-down, we'll select the First Aid in the Workplace course. Now once again, many of the fields are pre-populated and cannot be edited by the employee. Scrolling down, the field that they must complete is the request training date. They also have the opportunity to add some comments perhaps to help justify their request. Once all the details have been added, they can click on Submit, and the training has been successfully requested. Now in a training list, we can see that the First Aid in the Workplace course is pending. Now in the Manager side, we can see in the Workflow section the employee's training request. We can click here to view and then approve or decline, or you can go to the Training main menu, select the Approve action for the training request, review it, and then approve or decline. But before approving, the manager can select Yes from Request Training Feedback, and then add some comments if necessary. Now that we are done, we can click on Approve in this case. And here in the list of training, we can see the request has been approved. Logging in as Charles Chen again, we can now see that the status of the request training in their My Training list has been approved. Upon completion of this course, the employee will receive a notification to complete the training feedback form. We can click on this link and then complete the feedback form. Clicking on Yes to say that the form has completed, and then click on Submit to finish. And now that we see that the training feedback has been successfully submitted. Going back at the manager's home screen, we can go to Training, and then click on the Training Feedback Review action. And then scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, we can see the feedback that was given from the employee. When we're done, we click on Cancel. The employee has told the manager that he has passed the course, and the employee sends a copy of his certificate. Now, the manager will record the outcome course and upload the copy of their certificate to the employee's record. To do this, we'll go to Training, and then click on the Edit action. Scrolling down, we choose the result, which in this case is passed. And then click on Submit when we're done. We can click here to view the copy of the certificate, and then click on Cancel to finish. Here in the training list, we can see that the employee has passed the course. Logging in as Charles Chen again, we're going to go to Self-Service, My Development, and then My Training. And here you can see the result of the First Aid in the Workplace training course.